Good evening, sir. Good evening, all.
Hello, participants. Good evening, one and all. I welcome you all for the day 3 session of our Tableau DataViz Challenge 2021. I request Shivam to proceed with your session. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hemant, sir. Good evening and welcome to all for joining the Tableau DataViz Challenge day 3. My name is Shivam Chevare. Today we will more discuss about Tableau graphs, filters, maps, and also create a sample project today. So you will get a better understanding about how to use Tableau in detail, and also we will create a dashboard, or also we will create a sample project today. So I hope all of you are ready for today's session. Those who have doubts, we will discuss it during the session, and we will also have time for questions at the end. I want that all of you can work parallelly with me, so you will also have an hands-on experience after the session. So I hope we will go to start the session, guys. I just share my screen. Yes, you will get the recording session. Yeah, in the YouTube channel. So I will share my screen.
Uh, Meanwhile, the Shivam shares the screen. I want to tell the participants that our sessions are being live on our YouTube channel. The channel name is the SmartBridge. All this recording will be there on our YouTube channel. You can have you can have a look there if you are missing some out, or if you are lagging behind. You can have a look there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. So I will share my screen. I hope you all are able to see my screen. So yeah, today our agenda is we will discuss about the Tableau data visualization in Tableau. So different graphs are present there. So we will more discuss about the chart in very in depth, and then after we will go and working with filters. Then we will move on to the maps, and then after we will go and dive on to the sample project. So we will start a sample project today. So on that project, you will get better insight and better understanding how to create a small project or how to create a project in Tableau. So I will share my screen for the Tableau screen. I hope you are all are able to see the screen for the Tableau. So first of all, the same process we need to follow. Firstly, we need to connect the data. After opening the screen for the Tableau, just need to go to connect the data from here also, or I can go onto the data source, and we can add the data set. So the same data set which we used yesterday, we need to follow the same data set. So our data set name is Superstore. Just simply go and select that Superstore data set, then simply click on to open. Let's take some time. Once it is open, we need to we have a order sheet there, so we just need to drag the same order sheet onto the table. So we drag that the sheet onto the table. It is taking time to execute the query. Once execute the query, the same data set which we followed yesterday, we can go with the same data set and visualize more charts there. Like as in the data set, row ID is not very much useful for us. So I just keep hide this from the data set. And these are the remaining columns which are present in our data set. So first of all, what we need to do, we just need to create a sheet. So I just simply go onto the sheet here. So in the sheet, as you know about, this is the data pane area. In the data pane area, there is a dimensions, and these are the measure fields. So basically, these are the discrete field and these are the continuous field. So what we need today is, as you know, Tableau is created some of the field for us, like as measure name in the last of the dimension field, or these are also some measure fields are there, like latitude, longitude, orders, and measure values, which are created by the Tableau itself. Now, what we need today is these fields are basically created when we are imported our data set. So, like we are imported our data set name Superstore. So, when we uh, import that data set, these fields are auto generated by the Tableau. So, what we need to do, so first of all, we are having a measure names here. So measure name basically consists of all the names of the measure present in the data set. So it always present at the end of the dimension field. So in the dimension field, you are able to see here the measure names, it is present in the end. So it is basically consists the discrete values of all the measure names, and basically the measure values is represented which are keep together all the fields which are present in the measures. It always present at the end of the measure list. So it consists all the continuous values. So first of all, we need to create some bar graph and all. So first of all, what I need to do is I just simply drag the measure name. I just want to all of you to keep follow the same step with me parallelly. So you will get the hands-on experience at the end of the session. So what we need to do here is we just simply drag the measure name from the dimension to the columns, and it takes some time to execute the query. So no measure values are present there, as I told you yesterday, because if you are putting the measure name, so you will not get the any value. So in that case, what you need to drag the measure values to the rows. So when you drag the measure values onto the rows, so these are the hello, chat has been disabled. Okay, so but just need to follow the same step which I do. So there is not an issue, guys. I will open the chat in the mid. So I want that I will go on to the slow pace. So I just want all of you to work parallelly with me. So I just simply drag the measure values. So these are basically the measure values, like count of orders. So these are the orders, total number of records are present in our data. So these are the total number of records. This is basically the bar chart, because we are discussing about the charts today. First, so basically you are able to see here the discount. Discount is having 1561 values, and the profit is having that much amount of values. Quantity is having 37,873 values. So these are the basically the values which are present there. So like as if we want to create a visual for all the measures which are present in our data set, so basically by default Tableau create the bar chart for us. So like you are able to see here, if I want to remove some of them, like as these are the fields and I want to remove that, so I just simply go on to this section. This section is basically after the marks card, there is one more section called measure values. Like I just don't want the count of orders, so just simply click onto the drop down and just remove it. So here you can see that only the discount, profit, quantity, and sales are present there. So you can easily remove this. There is not a very big task. So after removing this, like I just want to change the name of any of the column which are presented in the discrete one. So I just want to follow like there is a measure name. So just simply click onto this drop down. Once I click onto this drop down, what I need to do, I just want to change the name. So I just simply click onto edit aliases. So here you can see that these are the members and these are their values. So what I need, like I just want to change the name of profit as profit one. Simply show you example. This is basically like I just type it in character. So profit one. Once I click OK, so here you can see that profit one is now updated. The new name of this basically new name of this column is now updated as profit one. So like if you sometimes the requirement according to the requirement you want to change the name, so you can easily do that with follow the same step. Just simply go onto the measure name, onto the drop down. Once after, you are able to see the option called edit aliases. Once you click edit aliases, just simply double click onto this and you can change the name for this. And then after you need to click OK, like click clear aliases. So it is comes on to the same just same follow the same step, edit aliases. Once I click on to clear aliases and click OK, so now it is in the original form. So basically these are these are the measure names and the values are there. Suppose I want to analyze multiple measures in a single visual and I just want to using the measure name which are presented in the column and measure values. So basically we want to see the trend of measure, namely like as sales, profit, and basically the quantity is also there over the years. So what I need to do here is I just simply drag the measure values onto the filter. When I drag it, so it is asked me to which values you want to use into the filter or which one you don't want. So like as I just want the profit, discount, like profit or quantity, and I just don't want this. Just simply click OK. So here you can see that the changes are once when I go onto the filter and change the value, so the changes are present in the graph also. So like as here you are able to see the basically the profit, quantity, and sales. In the filter we are taking these three values only, and rather than other values we are excluded. Like if I want to check the this is basically for the var chart we are created here. If I don't want the dashboard, we want to create one more sheet, and on that sheet we just want to calculate the line chart. So what we need to do here is, in that case we are requiring, I will show you, like if you click on to show me button, so here you can see that when I drag somewhere in there, like as if I drag into this, so it is showing me that for creating a text table or a text table chart, so you need one dimension, one or more dimension, and one or more measures. Like if you want to create a heat map, so in that case you required one dimension and one or two measures. If you move on to the highlight table, so that is required one measure and one dimension. So in the case of map, so like as if you want to create a map, so one geolocation is needed for creating a map, and zero or more dimensions are required and zero or more measures are required. So first of all what we are going to do is we already created a bar chart here. So in the bar chart we are having one measure values, one dimension field, and one measure values are there. So it is created the bar graph or bar chart. Now we want to create a line chart. So how we can create a line chart? Just simply give the name as line chart for this sheet. I hope you all are at the same step. I just opened the chat, so please tell me, are you all at the same step, guys? Just ping me on the chat. Okay. So yes, you can all follow me at the same. So we will work parallelly. Okay, got it. I just disabled the chat again. So now we are going to create a line chart. So line chart is basically used to compare the data over the different periods. Basically, I want to create a chart by the series of dots. So how can we do that? So these basically represent to create a line chart. Here you can see that one date column is needed and one zero or more dimension is required, one or more measure is required. So what can I do? I just simply give you the shortcut key. Like if you press Control and take as order date and take one measure, which measure I want to select, like sales. So this is the shortcut. You just need to press the control key and select one order date and select one sales. Once you select, you are able to see these are the different graph which you created, which you can easily created with the help of these two fields. One is order date, one is the dimension, one is the measure field. I just want a line chart. So what I need to do, just simply select the line chart. So here you can see that it is drawing the line chart for me. So here you are able to see the line chart is looks like this. If I put up a category onto the color, so you can easily differentiate these are the three categories. Which are the three categories? Blue is represented furniture, orange is represented office supplies, and pink is represented the technology. You can easily create the line chart, like as if I want to see the details about what are represented the pink line, what is represented the orange line and blue line, and what are the sales. So what I need to do, guys, I just simply drag category onto the label. So here the labels are created. I just need to expand this, so just simply click onto entire view. So here you can see that technology for pink color, office supplies is for orange, and the furniture is for blue color. I just want to see the sales also. So just put up the sales here and you can easily identify. For technology, there is 2,71,000 sales. For office supplies, 246, and furniture for 215. So these are like as in 2017, it is showing the data. For 2017, there is sales for furniture is 157. Then for the 2018, the sales is around 170. Then it is increasingly year by year, but the technology one is decreasing for the year 2018, but it is rapidly increasing for the years. So here you can easily create a line chart. So basically this is the bar chart which we are created. This is the line chart. Now we will move on to the text tables. So text table is basically this one. This is the text table. For text table, it requires one dimension and one measure. So like as I just want the subcategory, press control, and based on the profit I just want to calculate. So here you can see that I can create a heat map for this. I can also create the highlight table, create horizontal bar chart. I am also able to create the stacked chart or tree map. So I just only want to create a text table. So just simply click onto this. So here you can see that it is created a text table for me. So when I just increase this, you can easily identify these are the profits and these are the subcategories. So it create a text table by default. When I select this, so it is created text table for me. So you can easily identify whether what are the uh, what are the variables you need to follow, what are the dimensions you need, what are the fields. Basically the field is dimension field. One dimension field is required to create a text table, and one field is required for created for like as one major field is required to create a text table. So here you are able to create a text table. This is basically text table. Now suppose I want to create a, now we will create one more sheet, and now we want to create a heat map. How we can do that? So a heat map can visualize the data in the form of size as well as colors. So on different measures, what we need to do is We just need to select for heat map what we are required. Heat map is this one. This is required one dimension field and one or two measure field. We just simply select the category like subcategory, press control and press select the sales also. And here you can see that this is the sales. Once I click onto this, here you are able to see it is created a heat map for me. So it is created heat map for me. So what I need, I just want to identify based on the sales profit also. Just simply drag profit onto the colors. You can easily identify. So here you are able to see the darkest color is representing the accessories. Profit is around 41,000. So basically it is created, and I also want to see based on the state. So I am unable to understand which of the data is presented. So how can I do that? I just simply drag the region onto the category. Based on that, I am able to easily create it. The heat map for the central region accessories is around sales 33,000. For east region there is around 45,000, because we are selected color based on the profit. So we just need to identify the profit. So central region having accessories in is around $7,252, but in east it is more than that, in south it is less than, and in the west the highest one. I hope you all created the heat map also. Heat map. So basically, heat map is basically used to different measures, so you can easily visualize with the help of heat map. So I like as if you want to increase the size for this, these are the colors which are represented here, and you want to increase the size for that based on the profit we are created. So just simply drag the profit onto the size, and if you increase, so you can easily see that the size is increased. I want to decrease, so I can easily decrease the size. So you can do these things also for creating a very beautiful graph. So I hope you all are at the same step. Just open the chat box. Yeah, in the chat box, can you guys please tell me you are also following the same step? Okay, guys, great. Can you please repeat? Okay, I will repeat. Sir, shortcut key is not running. You just need to press the control one only. Just a minute. Just did, could you please send the data set? The data set is already present in the Tableau repository, so you can use that from there. I have one doubt in the line chart. Are the heat maps useful? So heat map is basically used to visualize the data in the form of size, like as in the form of color. So you can identify that based on the data. You can easily identify the accessories. So the bigger the size, showing you the sales are increased. So suppose we are dragging the profit into the color. So based on that, we can identify the profit. So bigger the size is basically represent the data for the profit. Different colors. Line chart requires dates. It can be symbol 0123 also. Yes, different from I download from the official website. Text. Can you please send the data set and calculate it? Yes, you just need to simple press the control and select it. Like as if I want to select this order date, select this and press control, and again select this. Just only press the control. No need to do this. Calculate sum of sales. Yeah, I already told you yesterday that whenever you are dragging something from the measure field, it is aggregate all the data. Basically it is taking as a sum. Once you are dragging from the dimension field, so it is aggregate. So basically it is representing the data which are presented into the dimension field. Like as category is having furniture, office sales, and the technology one. So it is showing once you are dragging the dimension field. I just show you an example so you can easily understand that. Like as category, if I drag it onto the column, like as there, so you can see that the furniture, office supplies, and technology, these three are presented in the category. But when you drag the sales here, you can see that it is basically the summarized total sum of that data. Total sum of the data, the like the data set which are presented here, the total sum, it is calculating the sum there. So I think you understand the difference between the dimension and the measures while you are dragging onto the Canva. Yes, I will share the workbook after the completing the session. Okay, I will share it to you guys. It looks so easy to learn this tool. Thank you, Kavali. Thank you. Okay, so we will move on to this again. Okay, I just disable the chat. You just need to type onto the chat box, Pravitha. How to remove column back? If you want to remove the column, so you just need to press the Control Z, just like as you are using in the Microsoft Word or PowerPoint. So you just need to follow the same step. Okay. So after creating the heat map, we are just moving on to the waterfall chart. So waterfall chart is what? Just remove this. So waterfall chart is basically used to visualize the cumulative effect, like as of a measure of over the dimensions, which are the dimensions which are created here. So it can show the contribution of the growth, like as the growth is incline or decline. So based on that, you can measure with the help of waterfall chart. So for example, you can see, I will show you an example with that so you can easily understand. Like as if I'm selecting the subcategory and I'm selecting the profit. So control and just drag here, or do one thing, just simply drag the subcategory into the column and profit onto the rows. So this is basically represented the data, because we have a data which is presenting the negative profit is also. So that's why the graph is looks like this. From the zero, there is having some data which is representing minus $17,000 profit loss is there. So basically what we need to create, like I just want to create a waterfall chart to check whether the category is profitable or not, or it is providing it is providing the growth or not. So in that case, what I need to do, just simply go here into the profit, just simply click onto this drop down, go on to the create. As I told you yesterday, if you want to create a calculated field, you can also follow, you can also click here and create a calculated field. So like as I want to calculate the negative profit. So basically, because we have the negative profit is also in our data set. So just simply type negative profit. The profit is basically the summary. So it is a positive profit. How can I create it negative profit? Just simply type minus there. Minus is basically represented the data as negative profit. Once I click apply, okay, so the negative profit is now created. So equal to or has is represented the calculated field. We are having now the negative profit. I just simply drag onto the size. So when I drag it, the size is now decreased. So now I also want to see, now I just want to see the graph. So what can I do? So I just need to right click onto the, here you are able to see in the top, the rows, just simply click into the drop down, go on to quick table calculation. So once I click, I just want to calculate the total. When I click onto this, it is showing me the total. Like as I just want to calculate the total. So because we are going to create a waterfall chart. So just simply click on to profit drop down, go on to quick table calculation, or you can also, like as if I clear that calculation, just simply go add a table calculation, and you can also find out from here. So like as running total is present there, just simply do that. So this is basically looks like. And now what I need, I just want to change this graph as Gantt chart, Gantt bar. So basically now it is representing me the data in this form. So this is basically the waterfall chart. I hope you all understand. It is representing the data like as it is represented the data for the, like, the negative profit for the appliances is around that much amount, and the sum of the profit for the appliances is $60,000 for the same, for this, for different. So this is basically the waterfall chart. It is representing the data for both the like it is providing you the trend, like as the growth trend or the incline or decline trend. In that case, I just simply give the name as waterfall chart. This is basically the waterfall chart. Now we will going on to the Gantt chart. So Gantt chart, because we are also using the Gantt chart here. Like, okay, I just open the chat box. Yes, tell me in the chat box, guys. Those who have doubt. Yes, I open the chat. So please repeat the waterfall chart. How do you get the last chart? Repeat. Okay, okay. I will repeat. Please explain again the waterfall chart. Yes, I will repeat the waterfall chart. Negative profit. Okay. Yes, yes, I will repeat. So what I need to do, I just remove all these things and create again the waterfall chart. Basically, waterfall chart is basically effective, like as when you are going to display the cumulative effect of sequential positive or the negative values. Like as the growth is for the positive growth or the negative growth. So in that case, we are using the waterfall chart. So waterfall chart is basically what we required to create the waterfall chart is you just need to simply take subcategory and drag it onto the column. Drag this, so it is, and also we want to based on the profit. We just want to calculate the based on the profit. When I drag this, you're able to see the chart is looks like this. Okay, do one thing because we are all okay. Gantt chart, but we don't want this automatically. Yeah. So now the bar chart is created. When I drag the subcategory onto the column and profit into the rows, so the bar chart is created. Now what I need, I just want to create a calculated field. Because of that, I also want to calculate these negative profit. Now, so in that case, how can I do that? Because some of the profit are negative, shows the negative trend. Some of the profit are shows the positive trend. Negative is book cases like minus $3,000, and profit of tables is minus 17,000. So I created a negative profit. I just simply delete this. So I will create once again. You can simply go here and click onto the calculated field. Calculated field are basically nothing but the custom field which are not presented into the data set you are created. So just if you want to enhance the like if you want to enhance something, so in that case you have created the custom field. So I just create a custom calculated field and just give the name like whatever name you want. I just give the name as negative profit. And I just want to calculate the negative profit. If I type profit, it is showing me the suggestion, and once I hit enter, it is showing me the positive profit. What I need to do in the negative profit? In that case, I just simply type minus. Minus profit is representing the negative profit. Once I click OK, the new calculated field is updated here, which is represented like equal or hash sign. It is basically represented that this is a negative profit. So what I need to do, I just want to see, so I just simply drag onto the size. Once I drag onto the size of the graph is now decreased. So in that case, I also want to calculate the running total. What is the total for that? Total for the appliances, total for this. How can I do that? Just simply go onto the profit and onto this drop down. Once I click, I just simply go and add the table calculation. So from this, I can choose the different options are there. I just only want the total running total. So I select from here also. Here you can see that I select from here. Like I just want to remove, just simply click onto the drop down and clear table calculation. I just want to do it as fast as possible. So there is also a quick table calculation present. Just simply click onto running total. Now it is representing the data as running total. Now I just want to create a waterfall chart. So how can I do that? With the help of Gantt chart, I can do this. Just simply go onto the marks card, choose this drop down and select Gantt chart. So here you are able to see. Now the data looks like in the form of waterfall chart. It shows the negative trend as well as the positive trend. I think all of you guys are clear how to create the negative or the positive uh, Gantt chart, and basically with the help of waterfall chart you can easily understand. Like as if you want to change the color, so you can do that. Like simply go onto the color and like green. So the green color is there. By default it is blue. So just change the color. So this is basically the waterfall chart. Now we will move on to the Gantt chart, which we are already use here. So I will tell you in the detail about the Gantt chart. So Gantt chart is basically shows the comparison of the data between categories. Like as there are different categories present. On that case, Gantt chart will show the best result onto the tableau. So it can be basically used to identify the time taken for each process. So like here you are able to see, you are easily identify with the help of Gantt chart, and this shows the waterfall chart. So what I need to do, I just want to create a Gantt chart. In that case, I want to see a Gantt chart based on the date. So how can I do that? In that case, I just simply drag this order date. There is a order date. Just simply drag it onto the column. Once I do that, I want to see the data in the day format. So just simply click onto this drop down. Here you are able to see this is the day format. Once I click onto day, so now the data is represented in the form of day format. Now I want to analyze the data. So how can I do that? I just want to create like I want to calculate the delivery time. How much is the delivery time? So as you know, in our data set, there is the order date and there is a ship date. So like as if you are purchasing a phone today, which is 16, and your shipping date will be 19. So how many days are there? 3 days are there. How we can calculate? So we want to calculate with the help of calculated field. So in that case, we just use the shortcut key. Just simply go on to analysis, and here you can see that there is a calculated field option. Once you click calculated field, just type as we just type uh, shipping time. Just pick the name, whatever name you want to give. shipping time. How can I calculate the shipping time? I just want to calculate the difference between the order date and the shipping date. Then only I can uh, calculate the shipping time. So just simply type date and it will automatically suggest it to you. We will just want to difference. We want to calculate the difference. In that case, you just simply type date difference based on what? Because we are already take day here in the column. We are selected as day. Based on the day, so it is also suggesting you the date part, start date, and the date or start of week. I just want based on the day. So just simply take single quote and type as day and again single quote to close this, and then after type comma there. And what are the fields which are required to calculate the shipping time, which is order date. So when I type ORD, it is suggesting me you want order ID, order or order dates. We required order date. Once I click onto this, hit enter, the order date comes there, and I just uh, take comma. Now it asks me to provide the end date. What is the end date? Which is ship date. So just ship sh. I just type ship sh, and it suggested me ship date. So once I click OK, so now the calculation is valid. Once I click OK there, the shipping time is now comes under the measure field. So what I need to do, so I just want to drag the shipping mode here. So this is basically representing me the data in the Gantt format, and this is basically the Gantt chart. Like as if you want to select this, it is basically the Gantt chart. So it is automatically understand that which kind of operations you are perform. So Tableau visualization query automatically select the best one. So I just want to, I already calculated the shipping time. So just simply drag the shipping time onto the side. Once I do that, take some time. Here you are able to see shipping time for this. Shipping time is 2 days for first class. 30 days. So what I need to do, I just want to change this now because it is not showing me properly, because sometimes it is showing, it is taking as sum. We don't want sum of the shipping, we want average time. Just simply click onto this drop down, and here you are able to see when I go on to measure sum, I don't want the sum, I just want the average. Once I click average and hover, so it shows me it's take 5.75 days, or like second class take 5 days. Sometimes same day is taking around 1 day. So it is basically calculated the, it is basically calculated the it is calculated the shipping time. Just open the chat box, those who have queries, so please tell me. Just guys, those who have any doubts, so they just tell me, otherwise we will move on to the other chart. Yes, in the data set it is on it is understand that the negative profit is basically the loss. Can you create how you can convert it to day format? What is the purpose of the chart? As I told you, the Gantt chart is basically used to show the comparison of different categories. So like as there are 4 categories: first class, same day, second class, and the standard class. So I just want to create, I just want to compare these things. So that's why we are using the Gantt chart. Average shipping time is basically calculated like as if you are order, if you place your order today from Amazon, which date is 16, and it placed that order in 20th of April. So what's the time it is taking? 4 days. So that's why we are calculated the shipping time. Okay, I will repeat the same part again. Yes, yes. Just remove all these things. Basically, Gantt chart is showing the comparison between the different dimensions, or like as different categories, we can say that. So it is basically used to identify the time taken, how much time it is taken for completing the process. So that's why we just want to calculate the time of the shipment. So in that case, we require, we want a Gantt chart. So Gantt chart is basically useful at the time if you want to compare something, or like as if you want to see or identify the time. So based on that, the Gantt chart is working very good in that case. So how can we do that? You just simply drag the order date onto the column. Once you do that, there is representing the data in the form of year. I just want to change it onto the dates. Just simply click onto this drop down and select the day. Day is representing the day, date, the month, and the year. Just simply select. It is now representing in the form of date, May 5, 2017. Like I just want to create a calculated field. I already create a calculated field. I just simply delete this one and create again so you can understand easily. So if you want to create calculated field, you can go from here and create a calculated field based on any of the major field. You can also create a calculated field, like as if you want to, if you don't want to go there, and there is one more shortcut. So you just simply go onto the analysis and click onto the analysis, select the create calculated field. Once you create a calculated field, you just need to give the name. So I just type the name as shipment time. And basically I just want to calculate the difference between the order date and the ship date. How can I do that? Just simply type date. It is representing, like as if you want to add something, like as if you want to calculate like expected date for the delivery. In that case, adding, like we would just want to calculate the shipping time. In that case, we are selecting date difference. Based on which part, which date part? So based on the day, that's why we are selected as day. So I just simply type single quotes, and within the single quotes I write day, because we are selected here day, so that's why we are selected day. Then after, it asks me to provide the comma. So just simply type comma, and based on the start date. So start date is basically order date. I select the order date. Then after, it asks me to, once I type comma, it asks me to type the end date. So end date is basically nothing but the ship date. Once I click onto this and select, the calculation is now valid. Once I click OK, new calculated field is created. Once the new calculated field is created, I just want to measure the order shipment date based on the shipping mode. Just simply drag this into the rows. So the first class, same day, second class, or the standard class. So standard class is taking almost more time, but the orders are basically into the standard class. Just want to see the shipment time, so just simply drag onto the size. Once I do that, it is calculated the shipping time, but it is calculated in the form of sum. So like as in the same day, there is having orders around 10 orders. So it is calculating the sum of all the orders. So we are not able to understand it very easily. So in that case, what we can do, we just need to go on to the average time. Just simply click onto this, and here you are able to see it is a sum. So just simply type average. Once I do that, it is showing me that standard delivery is taking around 5 to 6 days, 4 to 6 days between that. It is taking 2 to 5 days. It is basically taking the same day, because zero is representing, it means that the same day. First class is taking around 1 2 3 days, 1 2 or 3 days. Basically, it is representing with the help of Gantt chart. You can easily do that. Bit, just choose the sizes entirely so you can easily understand. It is basically nothing but the Gantt chart. Then after we are going to create a pie chart. In our case, there is also a pie chart percentage. Pie chart is basically used to segment the data. So basically, how can we do that? Like as we have a number of measures with different members in a dimension. So how can we do that? So like I just want to calculate the category, how much data it is present. So once I click category and press control and select the sales, based on that, the pie chart is now open. Once I click onto this, the pie chart is now created. Just want to see into the entire view so you can also able to see easily. So now the pie chart is created. So one section is for the category, one section is for blue is represented the furniture one, office supplies is represented orange, and the technology. These are the basically the pie chart is created. Now I just want to see how to identify that. I don't want to hover again and again. In that case, what you need to do, you just simply drag the category onto the label, and based on that you can easily identify. You can also hover, but you can identify based on that. Furniture is represent this data, technology for this data, and office supplies for this data. Like based on the sales we are calculated, so just simply drag the sales onto the label. So the same thing when I hover, the same thing is now represented. So pie chart is basically having 11 pie chart you can divide into 11 parts. So this is basically represented the data in the form of pie chart. This is basically the pie chart. Like as if you want to change the label design and all these things, so you just simply click onto the labels, go onto the font like bold letters. So the now the letters is changed as bold. Increase the size as 15. The size of these things are increased. And if you want to change the color, so like color as green, it is into the green color. Like as pink, so pink it is represented. So just simply take any of the color as black, not an issue. So it is now representing the data. This is basically nothing but the pie chart. This is nothing but the pie chart. I hope all of you guys understand how to create pie chart. I just open the chat box so you can type me your query if you have any doubt. Yeah, the chat box is now okay. Okay. So not able to open the sample. So what is angle? Angle is basically represented. This is the part now. This is one part, this is another part, and this is the next part. In the scatter chart we will use the angles. Angle is basically divided this into three parts. Because of that, pie chart is having 11 segments, so you can divide into 11 parts pie chart. So it is automatically, as I told you, Python is having Tableau is having a visualization query. So based on that, they can easily understand which one is best suited for them. So this is basically segmented the data into three parts. How to increase the size of text and change the color? You just simply go onto the label. Once you click onto the label, there is called text. So once I select this text, you can easily do it from here also. But like as if you want to change the font, so go onto font, drop down. I want take label inside a pie chart. Yes, you can do that. Not an issue. So basically, font, and I just want to select the size is 12. So the size is now decreased. How to increase the size of chart? You just go on to the top and select, like as standard is showing this kind of graph. Fit width is showing this type of graph. Basically, choose as entire view, so the size is increased. If you want to create onto the percentage, so you can do that easily, because we are using the sales. You just simply go on to sales and format it. Go on, go here, pick table and percent of total. So now you are able to see 36 point, and I just want to change the format for this. Just simply go on to format numbers, and we are taking number as custom. Don't want the points. So basically you can do that from here, not an issue. This is basically represented in the form of percentage also, like as if I just press the control Z, so it is in that format. If you want to change it onto the percentage, just because we are using the sales, so just simply click onto this drop down, go on to pick table and select as percentage of total. When I click onto percent of total, so now it is converted. You can easily do the formatting for this also. So I just want in the same format, so now it is in the same format. So shall I move on to the other chart like scatter plot? Guys, tell me onto the chat box. Okay guys, okay. I just disable the chat. Yes, you can create a donut chart. That is not an issue. But you just need to format this and these kind of things you need to perform. So based on that, you can create a donut chart also. One of them told me how to create, how you create a pie chart. Just simply go there. Pie chart is now as when you hover onto pie chart, it is showing one dimension in one measure. So just simply select the category, simply select the sales, and just simply click onto pie chart. Or you can also drag it onto the category, onto the column and the rows, and go onto this drop down and select the pie chart. Based on that, you can easily create a pie chart. Now I will move on to the scatter one. So basically, scatter plot is used to show the Cartesian plot. So what it means, like as if you want to show the relationship between two measures. So how can we visualize? So it can be possible using with the scatter plot. Like as a scatter plot is basically designed for adding measures in both x-axis and as well as the y-axis. So in that case, if you want to show the trend, or basically you want to show the relationship between the measures, so in that case, scatter plot is working well. So how can I do that? I just want to see the scatter plot and select two measures like sales and the profit. And what I do, I just put it onto this. So just control Z, like I just put the profit onto the column and sales onto the rows. So it is basically, as I already saw that same example yesterday at the time of granularity. So it is basically showing me only one pointer. It shows the profit as well as the sales. So how can I segregate these things? So I just need to put the subcategory into the color. Now the different things are present there. Different points are there. This is basically nothing but a scatter chart. Green is representing, dark green is basically representing bookcases. Parrot green is representing the chairs, and this color is representing the phones. So this is basically provide the scatter chart. So like as I don't want to hover again and again, I just want to create one more extra thing into it. So like as I just want to create a drop line. Like if you want to go in the details about the symbol, so just simply like we are dragging here the category, so you are able to see the changes here. So scatter plot, I just want to, when I click onto this, it is creating the drop lines. How can I do that? Just simply click any of them, select, just simply click any of them, select this one, click right, and here you are able to see there is called drop lines. So once you click drop lines, so it is easy to understand. I think it is not very much easy, but yeah, it is easy to understand. I guess once you click onto this, so the drop line is created. Based on that, you can easily understand. Like as when I select this, so the drop line is represented this data. from x-axis to y-axis the angle is created. When I click onto this, so I can easily understand. When I hover onto this point, I can easily understand that this is from the subcategory called accessories. Profit is around $41,000 and sales is around 1,67,000. So basically, it is we are created a scatter chart. Scatter chart. So you can also click onto this. So here you are also able to see the scatter plot is represented. This. So this is basically the scatter chart. Now we will move on to the area chart. Like as I just want an area chart. Area chart is nothing but the combination of line as well as the bar. Basically, bar plus line is representing the area chart. How can I do that? Like I just want to create an area chart which is basically represent the measure data like as different period of time. It is basically a line graph and also the area between that line. So in that case, how can I do that? I just need to select order date, select control and the sales. Based on that, I just simply click onto this. That is called area chart. Once I click area chart, here you are able to see the area chart is now representing. But I am unable to understand. I just want to understand based on the regions. So regions is there and I just put up onto the color. So it takes some time. Now I can easily understand. Central region is representing for blue color, then east is representing with the orange color, south is representing with the pink color, and the sky blue is representing the Pacific. This is basically nothing but the area chart. Now we will move on to other chart. I just give the name as area. This is nothing but the area chart. Once we move on to the other chart, which name is called just so Gantt chart, we saw the bullet chart, the packaged bubble chart. So basically, the packaged bubble chart visualize the measure and the dimension in the form of bubbles. So basically, the size of the bubbles determine the size of the measure value. How can we identify this? Like as if I am selecting subcategory and also selecting with the help of control plus sales. So here you are able to see I am able to create a bubble chart. Once I click on to bubble, you can able to see based on the sales bubble size is increased. So which one is higher guys? Just open the chat. So if you have any doubt, so just tell me in the chat box. So basically you are able to see here phones is the highest one. So basically this chart is basically used to find out the dimension between that, and this is basically one of the best chart which shows the size. If the size of the bubble is increased based on the sales, it means the sales is the highest for phones. Then after the chairs, 3,30,000 for the phones, almost the same size. But when I hover onto this, it shows me like as if I just want to see the sales, just simply drag onto the label. So I can easily understand how do you drop lines all at a time. You just do that like as into the scatter plot and go on to the drop line. So added the drop line always. Just simply type always, select always. So all the scatter chart lines are presented, but not this is not a good way I think. So not better understanding with that. So that's why we are using the simple one. Just simply click onto this. I think your doubt is clear. Who is that? Krishna, your doubt is now clear, right? Yeah, granularity means like at the time you are able to see 17 marks are there. This is basically the granularity. when we are just when we are just dragging the data, so the single point is created. It means that one granularity for that plot. Once granularity means that if you want to divide the data into various chunks or various pieces, on that case we are using we can say that that is called the granularity of this graph is 17. The details like number associated it is like number. So numbers is always associated, like as you just need to drag the labels, drag the things onto the labels, then only you can understand. When to use which chart? I already told you which chart is whenever the requirement is line chart is basically used when you want to show the data in the form of trend. In that case, line chart is better. Waterfall chart is basically better in that case, where you want to show the trends, like a show the trend for the growth, like as negative growth or the positive growth. Pie chart is basically represent to segment your data. So like as you having some more categories and you want to divide this, so based on that you can understand why some names are not there in, because the size, based on the size, that's why increase the size. So that's why, because it is not segregate. If the numbers are less than 7 to 8 category, so that it can be sourced there, not an issue. So can we create a bubble chart side by side for sales and the profit? Bubble chart side by side for sales and the profit. Yeah, you can create it based on the sales as well as for the profit, not an issue. So shall I move on to other charts? I hope you guys are clear till here. So we will just move on to other. Okay, guys. I hope all of you understand till here. Can you please ping me on the chat box? All the doubts are clear. Okay, great, great, great. Okay, just take a 5 minute break. Okay, guys, not an issue. I also want to take a break for 5 minutes. Thank you, make Datta. Getting name for values of each circle like. So step, you just need to drag na, you just need to drag sales onto the labels, so the labels are so that this, and if you want to show the phones and all these categories, so you just need to drag the subcategory onto the text, so then only you are able to see. In the line chart we are not taking some any other parameter, just take we are taking here, just a second, this is the category, and this trend is basically showing for creating a line chart you need one date column. Date is required. The scatter chart is how to make line x-axis and y-axis. It means drop lines to perform complex queries for the live. Yes, we will perform on like as further session we will discuss about some complex queries also. We will discuss about data cleaning and yes, we will discuss about that. All the recordings you are able to see onto the our YouTube channel, which name is SmartBridge. We will put up the link for that. So just take 5 minutes break and then after we will come. I just disable the chat. So can guys, we will move on again. Move on for other charts and all. In the chat box, can you please type yes, you are ready for that. Okay, guys. Okay, okay. I will. Quantity level shows different values than sales level. Yeah, quantity is the different one, sales is different one, discount is different one, and one more thing is there. Profit is different one. Yeah. Bring excluded field. How to bring back excluded field? Just need to press Control Y for redo and Control Z for undo. So you can do that. Just going to disable the check. So this is basically last one is basically the bubble chart. Just try. This is basically the bubble chart. Now I just want to show you one more graph. Like if you want to create uh, one more graph, which is called the bird graph. I think you all know about that. Like a bird map, you know. So if you want to create or represent your data, let's say you have a sales done by the states. Instead of showing the bar graph or instead of showing the scatter chart, I just want to create a word map. So I think it is very good. So based on the state, we can do that. If I want, so how can I do that, guys? So like we are having different state. So just put the state onto the column, not into the column, just put it right like this. It takes some time to execute the query. Drag this into this text. Yeah, so it is basically the text you are able to see here, the 49, I think, yeah, 49 granularity for this data. So it is showing the text. I don't want to see the text like this. How can I change it? So for that, if I want to change this or expand this, so I just need to drag the sales onto the size. So based on the size, it is generated the heat. This is basically generated the symbol map for me, but I don't want to go with this. I just want a word map. How can I do that? So if I want to create a graph, so how can I do that? Just need to select the text here, go into this, and this drop down is showing text. When I click onto the text, the graph is now removed and the text area is showing. So the larger the size of the text is showing the highest number of sales, but it is not showing me into the different format or in a great format. So I just want to change this. So based on the color, I just want to change this. So how can I do that? I just want a color here. So just put there is a state and put it onto the sales. So the color is now changing for this. I don't want this. Hide that card. So it is very blurry or not able to see. So we just need to go onto the text and like go onto the color, and the color is okay. Just select this and press Control A, increase the size, not increase the size, just bold it and click OK. Simply go Control A, make bold and click OK. Now the letters are in the bold letters. So now I can easily understand California is having the highest sales. That's why it looks like this. Yeah, these are the colors which is automatically selected by the Tableau. This is nothing but the bird map. This is nothing but the word map. If you want to create word map, this is basically showing the highest sales in the California area. Then after the New York, the larger the size of the text is showing, the highest number of sales in that area. This is nothing but the bird map. Like there is one more graph, I think it is presenting here, which is called histogram. So in case of histogram, you just need one measure. So histogram can show the values which is present in a measure or its frequency. So it shows the distribution of numerical data. So it basically used for both frequency as well as it shows the measure value by default. So how can we do that? If you want to analyze the data based on the measure value, so just double click onto the profit and the uh, graph is represented here. And now I just want to check based on the like I have a category. So I just put up the category onto the column. It looks like this. And if I just go, okay, just select this and select the histogram. Histogram is now representing me the data with whether, because in our profit there is some negative values, the negative values is also there and the positive value is also there. So basically it shows the histogram. This is nothing but the histogram. Histogram basically shows the value which are present in the measure, and it also shows the frequency. So this is basically one of the very useful graph. Histogram chart. Yes, guys, those who have doubts, so just ping on the chat. I open the chat, so yeah, please repeat, sir. Okay, I will repeat the histogram. Okay, okay, I will repeat. Word map once again. Okay, okay, I will do that. So basically, we are created here a word map. Okay, how we created? Because of that, like if you want to identify with the help of the data which are present in the form of text, and based on that text you want to create it more attractive, and based on the sales you can identify that. So in that case you just need to drag the state which are presented in the dimension field onto the text. So I just remove all these things and show you the graph so you can easily understand it. So when I drag this state onto the text, so I'm not getting the very much useful information with that, because this is basically showing me the simple text here. Okay, so what I need here, I just want to drag the sales. So based on the sales, I just need to identify the text. So when I drag the sales, so it shows me California is having the highest sale, then New York is having the highest sale, then other states are there which is showing the highest or lowest sales. So it is not showing me proper way, so I just want to change the color. So how can I change the color? Based on the state, I just simply drag state onto the color. So now the color is changed, but the letters which are presented here is not in the form of bold letters, so I'm unable to see very properly. Just simply go onto the text, select the state, just control a, press control a into the label and select as bold. When I click OK, the letters are now in the bold format. So I am easily to understand whether the California, every city which are every state which are presented in the data set, I can easily identify. Now in the histogram, I just need to remove this so you can understand, or just control. Just need to remove this or remove this also. I want to create a histogram. Histogram is basically shows the value which are present in a measure or in the frequency. So it shows the distribution of numerical data. Basically, histogram shows the distribution of numerical data. and it shows both frequency as well as the measure value. So because of that, we need to create a histogram. So when I click onto the histogram, it shows me you need to create a bin field not available for all measures. So one measure is required for this, and I drag the profit onto the rows. It is representing me the bar chart, but I don't want the bar chart. I just want the histogram. So when I select the histogram, it shows me the negative one as well as the positive one. But in case of bar chart, it is showing me the total profit. I don't want to calculate the total profit. So this is showing me the total profit. I want the data which is presented. So it is counting me the data, and the bar chart is basically represented the sum of the data. So sum of the profit. So that's why you are not able to understand what's the difference between the histogram chart and the bar chart. So now I think you all understand difference between the histogram chart and the bar chart. Bar chart is basically taking the measures as the sum. So when you are created a bar chart, so it is taking and the measure values as sum. But in case of histogram, there is required only one measure, and it is automatically created the bin for this. Bin is nothing but it is showing the data. So the data is in the negative, so negative data. Because of that, in our profit there is some around 71 values which are presented there, which are negative, and the positive which are basically 7,800. So this is nothing but the histogram chart. Just open the chat, so those who have doubts, so just tell me. Just guys, those who have any doubt, so just tell me. Word map, continue. Okay. Continue. How did you get the bin? So when I select the histogram, so it is automatically the Tableau visualization query is automatically hit and calculate the profit bin into the column and count for the profit. That is the basic difference between the column chart and the histogram chart. I think all of you understand the histogram one. Once the word map can be used label or just put the cursor, you just if you put the cursor over there, it means that if you hover onto this, so it is showing the tooltip data. And if you want to give the label to better understanding in once, so you can do that. There is not a big challenge for this. How did you convert var to histogram? I just simply select the histogram from the show me var. When I click on to show me, it is basically calculated. Okay guys, so we will move on to different things because we just need to make the speed fast, work on other things also. So this is basically nothing but the histogram chart. I hope all of you understand till here. We create word map, create histogram chart, bubble chart, area chart, scatter chart, so many charts which we are created. I just save this and save and give the name as different charts. Now we will move on to filters. Basically, there are various type of filters in. We already discussed about the filter, but some of the filters are remaining, so I will go with that. So we just create one more sheet which is called the filter. Basic filters we are calculated. So basically, you know about that. Filters is the process of removing like certain values of ranges. So in that case, the filter we are using. So Tableau is providing various filter which allow you to simple scenarios to solve the simple scenario as well as the complex scenario. So basically some of the advanced calculation we are created there. So based on the context, we can choose the filter. Filter is having where you can calculate based on the dimension. Based on the dimension, you can calculate the filter, and also based on the measures or based on the dates. So filter are nothing but to filtering something. So like I just show you one simple example. Like I have profit, just drag the profit from here into the columns. The system is lagging. Just give me a minute, guys. System is lagging. Simply drag the profit onto the columns, and we are having different categories. So we just simply select the category called subcategory. So this is basically showing the subcategory, and because some of the category is having a negative profit, so it is showing like this. Or just remove this for better understanding. Just take the sales. So sales is showing. I just want to make it as a descending order. I just make it as a descending. I just want to create a filter. So just simply drag the subcategory onto the filter. So it ask me what, how many filters you want. If I click on to use also, it's take all the which are present into the list. If I want to exclude, so this is not taking all the values which are presented here. If I am selecting some of them and click exclude, so accept these values, they can take care onto the filter. You can also custom calculate, like as I just want bookcases. So just type the bookcases, or you can easily search here and select the custom values. You want to take all the values, so you just simply click on to use. Wildcard, as I told you, like as if you want to calculate fur. So the bird which are starting from the furniture, then only these values which are taking into the filter and contain that value. You want to start that values, so the value which are started from like F character or E character or C character, these values can be taken. I go on to the ends with, so when I click when I type as those values end with the S letter, so these values which are end with the S letter, then only the filter will perform. Exactly matches, it means that the same name you want to give here, and based on that it can provide the filter. Condition, some conditions you can provide. So like as if I provide by field, so if the sales value is greater than 20,000, greater than or equal to like 20, num log 20,000, then I apply. So in the graph you are able to see the changes. Those values which are less than 20,000, it is not presented in our graph. Like as control Z, you're able to see fastener is having 3,000 sales, labels is having 12,000 sales, envelopes is having 16,000 sales, art is more than that. So these three values are removed when I perform the operation. So when I filter this, I just go on to edit filter, and I go on to the condition one and select by field and set the condition. Those values which are greater than 20,000, these value can be placed onto the graph. So that's why it is presenting me the data which is value is greater than 20, greater than or equal to 20. So basically, it is nothing but the filter condition. Based on the condition, we filter out our data. Now we'll take care other data. So just take the sales into the column and the subcategory into the rows. Now I just want to calculate condition. We are already do that. Now I just want to calculate the top one. So when I click on to by field, and I just want to see the data which is having top 10 data or top bottom 10 data. So I just select bottom 5. When I type bottom 5 and click OK, these are the bottom 1 data. In the subcategory, these are the 5 bottom 1 data in our data set. Or if you want to see the top 5 data, just simply change it onto the top. Go on to click onto the drop down, select edit filter. Then after the dialog box is open, select the top and top 5 sales based on the sum. If you want to change based on the profit as well, you can do that. So there are various operations you can perform. These are the columns which are already present in our data set. Just simply click OK. So these are basically the top 5 values, but they are not in the original. They are not in the proper format. Just simply click onto the descending one. So the binders is having 2 lakh sales, tables is having 2.6, and the fonts is having the highest. So you just filter out the data based on the top condition. You are just filtering the top 5, I think. Yeah. Top 5 categories. So it is changing the name as top category. Now suppose I just want to calculate based on the date. How can I do that? In that case, uh, I have a column as sales. I put up the sales here and put the order date. Order date is here. Just want to see the data for date wise. So just simply drag the order date into the filter. Based on what? I just want to filter out based on year, quarter, month, weeks or days, weekdays, month or year, month, day, year, or individual date. So I just select based on the year and I click year and OK. So it shows me all the values. These are the values which are presented in our data set. The year of 2017, 18, 19, or 20. So based on that, I just want to select all. If you want to exclude something like as 2017, you don't want. So exclude 2017, the all data is updated. When I click onto the drop down and show filter. So here you are able to see 2017 is excluded. So I just go again. I do edit filter and just remove the exclude one and use all, which all the values or all the values are presented there like 2017. I just want to see the data for 2019. So it is showing me the data for 2019. For 2020, it is presenting the line 2019 to 2020. The sale is increases. 2018, the sales is rapidly increases, and in 2017 the sale is increased, but in 2018 the sale is decreased. Basically, it is the filter which we can filter out the data based on the date. Filter the data based on the date. Filter date. So we can filter out the data based on the date. These are the date which are presented here. Now, what I just want to show you an example for the map also. So you can easily understand how do we create a map and how do we perform some operations there. So I have some state. So when I double click onto the state, so the longitude latitude will automatically update. Yeah, I also want to show you one more thing. When I click onto the state, it is showing me it is it is showing me 49 unknown values. Why it is showing? Can anyone tell me why it is showing? Just open the chat. Yesterday I told you about this. Can anyone tell me? I opened the chat for to you guys. Why it is showing country is India? Yeah. This is basically nothing but the custom geocoding. In that case, we need to perform the custom geocoding. Yes, it is taking default as India. That's why. But yeah, okay, guys. Okay. I just disable the chat again. So basically, when I click onto 49 unknown and I just want to custom geocoding, when I click onto edit location, sometimes these are the places. Sometimes you don't know about, like sometimes the Tableau is not understand the longitude or latitude. So in that case, when you double click onto this, you just need to provide Alabama. You need to provide the longitude latitude. But in our case, we just need to go onto the country region and select USA. Select the USA and I click OK. So now it's removed. Now it is removing from our data. I just want to show you the data which is having the highest sale. So what I can do, just provide the sales onto the color and I provide it. So now the graph is looks like this. The darkest color is representing the highest sale. I can also show you one more thing. This is basically the tool you are representing here. When I type something, I just want to find out the Washington. When I click and type Washington and select Washington, so the Washington is now highlighted. It is in the zoom. Washington is now highlighted. You can easily do with this toolbar. When I click cross, so now it is in the original form. Like as if you want to zoom, so you can zoom it. If you want to zoom out, you just simply minus. Like if you want to search the data, so when I click onto this, so it is now highlighted me. Click onto this, it is now highlighted me. These are the small operations you can perform while you are working on the maps. In this arrow, I just want to drag, like as I just want to drag. So what I need to do, I just select this. If I want to see the data for Canada, data for Alberta, so I can easily do that. I can easily drag it anywhere. Click cross, so it is in the original form. Now what I want, I just want to highlight the data which are presented because we are not able to see here. So just put up the state onto the label. Put up, so now the data is representing properly. Now the data is presenting properly. So what I need to do, I just want to change the color because this color is not representing the data properly. Just simply go to the color, edit color, and I just want to select red, green, or green, blue divergence. Just simply click. So now the data is representing in this format. When I hover onto this data, I can easily identify. The data. This is nothing but the map. And there is one more thing called map layer. When I click onto map from the top menu bar and select the map layer. So this is the dialog box is open. So the style is currently light for the data. And I want to change as dark. So now the background is dark. Now the background is dark for the map. So I think all of you are at the same step. I just open the chat. Just give me 5 onto the chat so I will understand all of you are at the same step. Give me 5 on the chat box. Okay. Great. Okay, great. Okay, I will show you once again the background. So basically, just go on to live, cross it. Like this be done earlier. Now what I want, I just want to change the color of the background and all these things. How can I perform? I just want to perform onto the map layers. When I click onto the map from the menu bar and go onto the map layer, when I select this, the dialog box is open in the left hand side. The style is representing me. When I click onto this and I select normal, so it is showing me the normal. The changes you can observe there. The change, there is some little bit changes. I just want the background as dark. When I click onto the dark, so the graph is representing into the green or blue color, but other thing is representing into the black. So the background is now black. Like as if you want to select a satellite, once I select a satellite, so it is showing me the graph into the satellite format. Or if you can select as outdoor, so some of the things like blue color is represented, that the map is now changes. Like as street, if you are taking select as street, so I think little bit of changes are there. So I just want into the light. Okay, so now I just want to highlight something. These are the borders and I just want to highlight. Just simply click onto the coastline. So here you are able to see when I click coastline, these are the lines which are filled with the color called black. When I click, so here you are able to see these are the layers which are filled with the color. It means that this is the area for, this is basically for the Mexico, this is for the Texas, this is comes under the United States. You can easily perform various operation, various layers are there. So you can select the layer based on the requirement. Like as no data layer, so if you have a various kind of data are presented there, so you can select the layer also, but in our case we don't have, so we don't need to use this. So like if you want to use as dark, so we just use this as dark. So this is nothing but the map layer. Now I want to suppose like as I want to calculate the custom territory. So suppose I am a manager in the company and I want to sell some product to different areas or some different territories. So I'm unable to work alone. So I just want to appoint some of the like some of the employees I appoint for taking a part onto that particular project. Okay, so I have to keep track which person is handling the sales or which person is handling the other field. So what can I do? So I just want to create a group. Based on the group I can identify, okay, so I will show you so you can easily understand. I double click onto the state and put color onto the state there. Uh, put the color onto the state. Okay, just want to give the name also. So just give the name. Not a state, we want to check based on the sales actually. When I click onto sales, now you are able to see. I just want that this area is taken care by the one of the group member. Okay, I will open the chat again. So those who have doubts, just tell me. Yeah, guys, tell me those who have any doubt. Those who don't have, so just we will continue with that. If you have any doubts, just clear. Okay, but there is an error in the state name. Gonna recognize. Yeah, I already told you. You just need to select in USA in that place. How to select entire world? So if you are having a data set for the entire world, so you can easily drag it onto that worksheet. So you are getting the entire world map. Like as if you are having the data for the India only, so in that case it is showing the India. About multiple states in different countries. So on that case, you just need to give the data. Based on that, you need to create a different graphs. In that case. Yes, you can. Yeah, I already searched the data na, for seeing the data for the state. Like I already show you. This is the icon for search. When you click onto this, and if you want to search something which are present in there. If you want to apply the color, just simply go on to color and change the edit color, so you can change that color. USA is not showing. So you just need to type USA. When you select the drop down, just type USA. So you are able to see. Not getting color. Just simply go on to the color, select edit color, select this palette, and whatever color you want. Like as I just want the red green. I click OK. So now the color is changed. Control Z. It is not showing. Can please scan main filter data and filter top 5 categories once more. Filter data for top 5 categories. Okay. When I go on to this, I just go edit filter, and in the edit filter, the dialog box is open. So you are in the general. So you want to see the top 5 categories. Click on to the top 5 categories. Just don't. In your case, it is showing as none. You just need to click as by field, select as top, select whatever top records you want to identify. So I just want to identify the top 5 records based on sales or whatever the other columns you want. So you just need to select that, and based on the sales sum, I just need to click OK. These are the top 5 categories. So in like as in ascending order, I want to see. So I was able to ascend, seeing in the ascending order as well as in the descending order. I hope your doubt is clear for those who are having doubt for filter top 5 subcategory. You just need to like if you want to show the data for percentage, so you just need to do formatting for that data. So based on that, you can easily do that. Okay, I just disable chat and will can clear your doubt. Suppose I just want to delete all these things. Okay, when I double click onto this, so now it is updated because my data is now correct. That's why it is not showing. I guess if I go on to the edit location, so you are at this point of time. Just simply go on to and select the fixed region as USA. Just simply type USA. You can easily select, then click OK, then click OK. So you are at the same place. Now, as I told you, I just want to create a group so the manager can easily understand which group sales is handled by which group, which how many members are there in group, what are the sales at that particular region based on the map. So how can I do that? Just simply double click onto the state. Now put the sales based on the sales I just want to identify. So when I put up the sales, so the region is now represented. So using like a sales in color, and I want to select, if I leave them, I am getting the spin icon. So I just want to group these things. So what I can do, I just put the state onto the labels. So these are the labels which are presented here. Now I want to group these regions into the one group, these regions into group 2, group 3, group 4, or like as this region is handled by uh, the area which we are created. Like this handle is handled, this area is handled by the Amazon team 1, Amazon team 2 is handled this area, Amazon team 3 is handled this area, Amazon team 4 handle this area, or other are also handled by the Amazon. So what I need to do, I just simply select like this also, or if you want to go, so these are also the other format to select. And if you want to see into the circle format, so when I drawing this, so these are the highlighted area. I am able to see these areas only when I select the rectangle or the square one. Like if I just press the ESC, and if I want to see this circle one, so when I draw the circle, so these area can be highlighted. So you can also do that. Like I just want to see this one area, so how can I do that? Just simply select the last one. You select the last one, So it is, you need to create, like I just want to create for these areas. The data of these areas can easily identify. But in my case, what I need, just want these area in the group 1, these areas in the group 2, and rather other areas in other group. How can I do that in the map? Just simply select, okay, just press control, select, just press control Z. Like I just want to select these areas. When I select, so here you are able to see the spin icon. So yesterday we performed the group 1. So I just want to create one group here. So I can easily do that. Just simple type, then simple click there, and the group is created. Now the group is created. So I want to give some more understandable name, so you can easily understand how can I do that. So this is for the group 1, and these are the other one. I also want to group again. When I go on to and select with this and select these are the reasons, these reasons, and make it group again. So these are for the, these are the, these are other reasons. I just want again the group, the reasons. So just select, and these reasons I just don't want to mash up all the other groups which you already created. Just simply click here and group 3. Now the group 3 is represented. I also want one more group because I just want to divide the graph into 4. The 4 team is working into the 4 areas. So I just simply select these areas for the group 4. So when I hover onto this, just simply select this option and the group 4 is created. Now these group are created, but the name which are here presented here are not identifiable. How can I do that? I just want to add it the title, give the relevant name. So just simply go on to this and added the group. So here you are able to see Alabama, Georgia, and 6 more are there. Just double click onto this. Just double click onto this. Okay. Just simply type rename, and I just provide the name as Amazon or like group 1. Group 1 is represented this one. I just want to edit this one also. So just rename it and type as, and provide the name for this one also, group 3, and provide the name for this group also as group 4. So these are the 4 groups. Just simply click OK. So you can see that group 1 is representing with the blue color, dark blue color group 2, then group 3, then group 4, etc. So these are basically represented the data. Now the name, I just want these all things which are presented here into the group name. So just remove the state. Just remove the state and use the state group. I drag it onto the group level. You are able to see. Don't want all the labels. Yeah. When I remove this, so it is representing me the data. I also want to see the sales in that area, so I can easily understand. So when I put up the sales into the label, so group 2 is handling with 7,35,000. Okay, I will open the chat so those who are stuck in problem, so I can identify and help you. Yeah, just guys, the chat is open, so just trigger your query, whatever query. Grouping. I yesterday I already told you. Grouping like something you want to group. like I have multiple regions are there, and I just want to give the authority to one person to handle that particular group. So that's why I make a group. So group one, like as in your college, you are able to see in your college there is a section. Section A is having 60 students, section B is having 60 students, or section C is having 30 students. So these are the group basically. One class is having different groups. Okay, I will not get in color. Grouping is alternate. Cannot add a state into groups. Yes, you can do that. You can do that if you want. You just need to drag. Just need to drag and divide it into two groups. So you can do that. There is not a big challenge for this. I'm getting only one group. Okay. Okay. I will follow the same step again. So Tableau is not. So what to do? I will. Okay. Just disable the chat, and I will try to give you one more time so you can easily understand. Yes, you can do that at the top 10. Yes, then next, not an issue. If we want to group a state from two different reasons. Yeah, we are using the two different reasons. There are 49 different reasons. And groups overlap? No, you don't need to overlap. Like as if someone is handling one location and there is a manager allotted for one location and manager allotted for the second location. Okay. So how can the manager one is taking care about the group one? That is not possible. So no need to overlap. That's I already told you. No need to overlap these things. Based on condition can be create group. Yeah, based on the conditions, that's why we are created the group. Run from right into the group. If you are able to drag it at that type, so you can do that. Control plus click. But if we have to group from two different corners, two corners you can I can't do that. How can you do that? You just need to select with the help of control and select the different region with the control button. Then only you can do that. I just disable the chat and will show you again. So here we are using. We just need to type double click onto the state. So state is having comes with longitude and the latitude. If you want this one again, so I just create one more sheet and just give the custom territories, custom reasons. Like if you want to create again, so just double click onto the state. Once I click double click onto the state, okay. Now what I need, I just want based on the sales. So when I drag it sales onto the color, so the color is changed. And I also want to see the state name, so just put it onto the label. These are the labels. I just want to group these things, like as if I press control and this. So you can now group it the California with the name. Like those who have doubt, create a group for one from the different region and one from other side into the map or in the corner. So you can just press the control in that case. So you can easily do that. So in my case, I just want to group these things first. So just create a group for this because I already have a group. So it is creating group one. This is for the one group. Other is representing with the shaded color. I just want these group, this one. I don't overlap with the Colorado. I don't overlap with it. So just create group for this. This is basically these are into the second group. I want these one into the third group. So just simply click onto group. This is representing the third group. I just want these onto the fourth group. So uh, just create a group for this. When I click onto group, so now this is the fourth one, and these are the fifth. Fifth one is representing other. Now I want to give that meaningful name. Then only I can understand who is handling this area, who is handling this area, this area. So I just want to divide into the group. So go on to the group one because we already have group. So we are created now the group one. Just simply click onto this. added the group and double click onto this. Once you double click or just right click and rename. So I just want to give the name as group 1. This is nothing but the group 1. I just want to rename this for group 2. Now I want to rename this as group 3. And this is the last one. So I just simply get the name as group 4. These are the 4 groups. When I click OK, so now the group names are changes. Now what I need, I just want to see these area into the group format, not in the state name. So just remove the state from the labels and this one also. Now I just want to give the names. Just simply drag it the group label. So the group label is represented. Group 1, group 2, group 2, group 3, and group 4. This is for the other. And I also want to see the sales. So just put up the labels onto the sales. So I can easily identify. Or if I want to format this, so just simply go onto the label, select the font, and select the size as 15. So the size is increased and click bold. So now you are able to easily understand. Group 1 is having, like suppose manager 1 is taking care of the group 1. So they is taking care for the group 1. So they is taking care for the group 1. This one is taking care for the group 3. Manager 2 is taking care for the group 2. And these are the basically groups. So you can easily create the groups here to identify whether which one is handling which group and what are the sales, what are the outcomes come from these areas. So this is all about the basic of these things like maps. We cover up the maps, filters, histogram charts, custom regions, and also we calculate the groups with the help of map. Now we will move on to the create a sample project. So guys, I just opened the chat box. So just tell me, are you guys completed till here or not? Just open the chat. So yeah, guys, please tell me. Okay, guys, great, 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 great. Almost, I think, almost all of you. Just simply go onto the group, select the drop down and added group, and just rename it. Not an issue. Continue, sir. Unable to get group names. Okay. Just drag the group name onto the label, so the group is comes onto the map. The same data set. Yeah, I already told you we are using the same data set which we used yesterday. You don't need to download, just need to go the document folder in your system. Then after select the my Tableau repository, then select the data sources, then go on to the folder. Like as if you are using 2021 version, just select that one and create it. Select the sample superstore. Can I merge groups after creating group? If you want, yeah, you can do that. I guess if I just want to group, so just drag it here, so you can do that. Not a very big challenge for this. I hope we just need to move on to create a sample project. Filter condition graphs. The one I downloaded from website has details for all the. Okay, that's great. If you have, so you can use that one. Not an issue. So we will be using the sample superstore data set, which we are using as of now to create a sample project. So guys, can we move on to create a project or not? If you have any doubts, so I am here to create your doubts, so solve your doubts. I just give me a second. If I want to group all regions based on the sales value condition, is it possible? Uh, who is that site? Who is that? Yes, you can do that. Who is that? Just a second. Just a second. I'm unable to see the chat. Sir, filter sheet. Can you show one, sir? Filter condition sheet. Okay, the filter condition sheet now looks like this. Those who have any doubt, so I will take care about this. I also share the sheet so you can easily understand if you are getting some problem while working on it. So shall we move on, guys? Ravita, I think your doubt is clear. Like filter condition is nothing but you just need to provide the condition. Go on to the edit filter, and I just provide the condition as 20,000. You can make some changes over there. Please, time is running. Okay, guys. Okay. Okay, so I just move on to the project. Before that, I just provide you the feedback link for day 3. So you just need to provide the feedback. I think all of you are getting the feedback link for day 3 today. You just need to fill that feedback also. Now we will move on to the create a small project. Okay. So I just need to create a new project. Simply go on to file, click on to new because we are working on the new project. Once I click on to new, it takes some time. Just simply go with new. It is taking some time to create a new workbook for me. Yeah, now the new workbook is created. I will share that screen. New book 3. So now you are able to see the workbook number 3, and I just want to connect the data. I just want to connect the data. So how can I do that? Just go on to connect to data. To a file, Microsoft Excel, select that sample superstore data. Once I select the sample superstore, click open. When I click open, it is taking some time to execute the query. So first of all, what I just need to drag orders onto the table. Once I do that, because we don't require the row ID, so just hide this. Go on to the sheet 1. Now we are at the first of all, I just want to calculate the sales and profit on map. So what I need, I just need to put the name as sales and profit on map. Okay. So what are the things is required for calculating this? Just simply do that. Just simply double click onto the state. Once I click double click onto the state, it takes some time to execute the query. Again, I'm getting the problem because it is by default set the value as India. So again, because we are using the new worksheet, so that's why it is taking saying me that you just need to go and custom geocoding. So just click on to 49 unknown and select as edit location. Once I do that, I just need to go on to country region, select India and as type US, and then after select USA. Once I select the USA and click OK. So now the USA graph is updated. United States graph is updated. Now I want to calculate the sales and profit for top 10 states on the map. How can I do that? I just want to color with the profit. So just simply drag profit onto the color. And also want to sales onto the size. Once I do that, So these are the things which are presented. Just do the same step again so you can easily understand. So now the state is updated. Now I just want to increase the size of that point based on the sales. When I drag it onto the sales here, so now the size is increases. If I want to increase the size, so I can increase the size. If I want to decrease the size, so I can do that. I just want to see the profit of that particular area. So I just want to drag the profit into the color. So now the color is changes. The darkest one is representing the highest sale and negative is represented with the orange color. But the size is very low, so I just want to increase the size. So now the size is okay, I think. Now what I need, I just want to calculate the sales and profit based on top 10 state. So what I need, just need to put the state here. These all are the state presented, but in that case I just want the top 5. So I just want the top 10 state based on profit. So here it is, profit. Based on profit, I just want to calculate the top 10 top 10 regions. These are the basically top 10 regions. Georgia, and these are the basically the top 10 regions. So I can easily identify, but I also want to drag the profit here, profit of sum. So now the profit, I just, if I want to set the range, so I can do that. Like as those profit is more than, I can set at least, like as those profit is more than 16,000, then only these areas will be calculated. Once I click OK, it takes some time to execute the query. So now the area which is having more than 80,000, no negative values are there. You can easily do that. So we are calculating the profit based on, and we are setting one more filter here. We're setting the range. The range is more than 16,000. Then only you just need to represent the data. I just want, I also want one more filter which is called order date. When I put up the order date here based on the year, I just need to see the data for all the years which are presented. So once I click onto this and show the filter, this filter is now presenting it. I don't want this, just want this. I just want to change the color, so just to go on to edit color and select red, green, diverging. So now the colors are changed. Now the color are changed. Or if you just want to edit the filter based on the sales, so you can get more things, more values are there. Washington, then California, then Michigan, then New York, then Virginia. Now I just want to see whether the profit, how much is the profit there. So how can I just want to show the data, show the sales. So just go on to the labels, select show mark label. So now the labels are presented here, but not in the better format. So what can I do? In that case, I just need to go onto profit and select as format and go onto the pane. In the pane, default option is there. So in the numbers, when I select this and select the currency custom, so when I select, so the decimal are there. I don't want the decimal. So just put as 0. So now you are able to see these are the reasons which is having the range more than 18,000, more than 18,000. We select, I think, 16,000 there. More than that, these are the reasons which are presented here. Only the 5 reasons are there. but we have selected top 10 regions. So I hope you guys complete this chart. I think the sales on profit on map, I think you completed till here. This sheet is completed, guys. So we move on to the next problem statement. Okay, repeat. Can you please show state filter? Some profit filter. Okay, guys. So like when I drag the state here into the filter, I just need to go edit filter. I set the top 10. You are at the general, just need to select use all, then after go on to top. Once you are at the top, Vasundhara completed, good Vasundhara. When you select the top and select the buy field and select top 10 based on the sales. And I select based on the sales, whatever you want. Like if you want to select as profit, so you can do that. So when I click OK, so the state is now updated. But here I changed one more thing. I changed the profit one because I hit the filter here. And I click on to edit filter. I select at least 16,000 profit. 16,000. Just give the number like 15,000. I want that value which is started from the 15,000. Then only the profit filter will work. So when I click OK, so there is not any value presented here, which is in the range of 15,000. The first value after 15,000 is $18,598. So that's why it is presented the data in this format. I hope guys you completed this worksheet. So we will move on to second. Can you repeat format? Okay. So if you want to format this, so just simply go on to profit, select the arrow button, go on to the format. Once you are at the format, in the pane, there is a default one. So once you select the default one number, just simply select the drop down. So if we select 15,000, some profit is showing none. Not in my case. Already so to you. You are selecting the range as at least range you need to select. Order date filter once again. Okay, I will show you. So when you go on to the currency custom, if you are having like two decimal points, so there is having three. I select the decimal points, so decimal point are there. But I don't require any decimal point, and the dollar sign is required. So that's why it is showing in the dollar $76,000, 34,000, and basically dollar 24,000. These are the sales and profit on that. Order date, I just need to go and edit the filter. When I drag the order date onto the filter, it asks me to select the values 2017, 18, 19 or 20. I want to select use all. Once I do that, I click OK, and all the values, all the filters are there. If I want to see the data for the year of 2019, in 2019 the range is 16,655. For 2020, the range is having 17,000, but we are working on to select all the values. So I hope Sanjeevni, your doubt is also clear. All the doubts are clear till now, I think. So we will move on to the second one. Can we guys move on to the okay guys. So now we need to find out the top 10 customers based on the sales, or top 5 customers based on the sales. How we can do that? In that case, how we got values with color? You just need to put the values into the label, so the label is presented there. If you want to provide the color, so just put the profit onto the color and change the color. So based on the color, you can easily identify. Madhavi, I think your doubt is clear. Now we will move on to the second one, and we just need to identify the top 5 product based on the sale. So take top 5 products based on the sales. Sales. Top 5 product based on the sales. We are calculating here. So what I need to do here, I just need to put the sales onto the column and subcategory products. Yeah, the products. So we have a product name. So just put the product name here into the row. So these are basically the products. These are basically the products, but in not a proper format. So I just want the format for ascending order. Now I can easily see here there are lots of those products presented in our data set. These are in the descending order. Now I want to find out the top 5 products. How can I do that? First of all, I just want to put the sales into the color. So the color is now changed for this. And I also want to see the sale. So 61,000 sale for Canon product, and the other one is also there. So basically what I need, I just need to identify based on the filter. So what I do, I just want to filter out the data. So just simply put the filter out of category. So when I click OK, we are using the product name. So just use the filter and select use all, click OK. So all the values are presented here. Now what I need, I just want to filter out the data. So in that case, I also want the order date. So when I put the order date onto the filters, so based on the years, I can select it. So when I select the year and click max, so it is asked me to select all values. So I select all the values. Click OK. Now the data is presented, but we just want to identify the top 5 product based on the sales. When I click onto this and select as edit filter, when I added the filter, I just want to find out the top 5 products. Just simply go from here, edit the filter, go on to the top, select by field, and just want to select top 5 product based on the sales. And I click OK. So now these are the top 5 product based on the sales. Like if I just want to show the filter in 2019, these are the products which are top at the sales. So basically, these are the filters. It is showing the data for the year of 2017, 18, 19, and 20. Now you can also easily filter out the data for 2020 and 2017, 18, 19 also. So if you want to change the color, so you just need to edit, go on to the color and edit the color. And now from the palette, you just need to select the red green diverging color. Once you do that, just click OK. So now the color is changed. So now I just open the chat box. So if you have any queries, so just tell me. Yeah, guys, those who have queries, so just tell me in the chat box. Those who have any queries, so just put on the chat box. Repeat. Okay, I will repeat this. Repeat filter. Okay, not an issue. Top 5 filter once. Okay, I will repeat it again. So suppose I just want to filter out the data for top 5 product based on the sales. So I just simply drag the product name into the filter, order date into the filter. Okay, continue, sir. The difference between tables split two part with hashtag. What's your question after dollar symbol? How value can dollar symbol the value you required? So you just need to put the values over there. No? You just need to simply click onto the labels and show mark label. Then only you will get the value. Yeah, in the bubble chart you can also filter. If you are using filters, so you can easily do that. There is not any criteria for the bubble chart or the other criteria for other charts. Just need to expand from here. Just size, fit, height, or entire view. So now the size is increased. So that is not a big challenge, guys. Like as for product name, just simply go on to the edit filter. Once you go on to the edit filter, you are at the general. Select top. First of all, you need to select all the values which are presented in the product name. Then go on to top. You are at the none. But when I use select the Y field, top 5 product based on the sales. So when I click OK, so now the filter is changed. Like as if I just want to see the data for 2020, so I am able to see the data for 2020. Now in our case, we are. I already told you, ma'am. Rose mine. I already told you how to export these graphs. I will tell you at the end of the session. I will tell you how to export these graphs into PDF or in the different format. So you need to change the color. Just simply go on to color, select edit color, go on to the palette and select whatever color you want. Just simply click. How year order data filter comes at the right panel. You just need to simply click on to this button, this drop down button. Simply select the show filter, so the filter in the right side. Now I hope guys you complete till here, so we will move on to the other sheet. Okay, we will move on to the next sheet. Now I just want to calculate the top 5 state with the sales and their profit. How can I do that? In that case, I just need to create a sales based on the state. Sales and profit by state. So what I need to do, just simply drag the state first. So when I go and drag the state into the column, now these are the states which are present in our data. Means 49 marks. 49 is the granularity. It means that 49 states are present based on the category and the subcategory. So just simply drag the category into the rows. These are 3 categories in our data. Now I just want to identify the data based on the subcategory. So when I put up the subcategory after this, so now the data is looks like this. All the data are in the text format. But we want to represent based on the profit as well as based on the sales. So what I need to do, I just need to simply drag the sales from here and just need to simply drag the sales onto the size. So now the size is increased. Now it is in the form of symbol now. Okay guys. Now what I need, I just want to see the profit. So just drag profit onto the color. Now the size is increased. When I click entire view, now the size is very messy and the states are number of states and number of subcategories are there. But I just need to identify the state which are, I need to calculate the state. So I just need to drag the state into the filter. So I don't want all the state. I just want the top 5 states. Just go on to top, select by field, and select the top 5 states. I just want to calculate based on the profit. And I click OK. So these are the top 5 states: California, Michigan, New York, Virginia, and Washington. These are the top 5 states. Don't want this, so I just need to hide the column. Or if you want to remove this based on the profit, so just remove this. Based on the profit you can identify, but we also want to see the sales also. So now you can see that if you want to increase the size for this, just simply uh, increase the size. I think it is okay. So when I hover onto this, I can easily understand that the furniture state is California, subcategory is chair, and the profit is around $2,436, and the sales is around 63,070. So you can, I think all of you guys are at the same step. Just ping me in the chat box. I think all of you are okay. Great, 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 great. What about the other time? Great. So shall we move on to the next step or the next problem statement? Okay, guys. Now I just want to create a calculated field for creating an average time for the delivery. What's the delivery time? So just simply click onto this sheet, and we will to create an average time delivery. So based on that, we can easily identify, okay, that much amount of time taken for delivery. So just first of all, I just need to drag the subcategory onto the rows. These are the subcategories. And I just want based on the shipping mode. So shipping mode. First of all, I need to calculate, because I just want to calculate the average time. Send some problem statement like this so we can practice after this. Yes, I will provide it to you. Don't worry about that. I just want to calculate something. Just simply click and create a calculator. The same which we done earlier, but we just want to calculate again the shipping time. So just type shipping time. Shipping time. And select shipping time there. I just want to calculate the shipping time. So what I need to do here, just need to type date difference. Then after I need to put up the days. Days here, not the days. This is basically the day. Then after what we are required order date. Based on the order date and the ship date, we want to calculate the average time for delivery. So when I click OK, so now the new calculated field is created here. The shipping time calculated field is created here. Now what I need to do, I just want this into the column, and I put up, so it is showing me the sum. Okay, but we don't require this. We want to see the data as per the shipping mode. Just simply drag the shipping mode onto the color. So now the scattered chart is created. Scattered chart is created. Like if you want to see horizontally or vertically, you can easily do that. So first class is basically representing with the blue color. Same day is representing with the orange color, and other colors. Yes. Repeat calculator. So calculated field. Okay. So when I create a calculated field, I just open the edit. We already do the same step when we are working on the charts. Basically, I just want to calculate the shipping time. So how can I do that? Like as someone is placing the order at 16th of April and they are getting that the order will be shipped in 20th of April. The 4 days are left. 4 days will take to ship the order. This is the day. Order date like 16th April. Shipping date is 20th April. How many days are calculated? 4 days. Just simply click OK. When I drag the shipping time onto the column, so now the scatter chart is created, and I just want to make it as a colorful. So I just simply drag the shipping mode onto the color, so I can easily identify standard class is taking the higher time. But here is one thing, you can see that it is calculated the shipping time into the sum, but we don't want the sum, just want to calculate the average shipping time. Just simply go on to this shipping time. Here you are able to see it is into the sum. We don't want the sum, we just want the average. So when I click average, so it is now calculated properly. It is calculated properly 4.9 days. It means that it is taking time for standard class 4.9, but you are not able to see properly. So what I need, what I do, I just drag the shipping time into the label. It is, I also want to change here the measure sum into measure average. So these are basically the days, 4.9 days. It means that around 5 days is taken for providing the standard class delivery. For second class delivery, it is taking around 2 to 3 days, 2 to 3 days taking. For the same day, it is taking around the same day, so it is taking 1 day only. Blue is representing around the day they are shipping the product away, around 2.5 days. So this is basically showing the data based on the like if I just want to put up shipping mode, so here you are able to see, and I just want to increase the size so you can easily understand. Just increase the size of 10 and make it bold. So now you are guys able to see properly, see the entire view. So now you are able to see standard class is taken 5 days for shipping their order. Second class is taking around 3 to 3.5 days for providing the delivery. Average shipping time delivery. Same day it is taking the same day, and for first class it is taking around 2 to 2.5 days. This is basically nothing but we are calculating here average time delivery. This is average time delivery. See, it is basically representing average time delivery. I hope all of you understand till here. I am getting different values by. You just need to get converted this value into the average. Just simply go on to the drop down, go on to the measure and select as average. Devrat, yeah, great, great guys, great. Yes, maybe some different views are there. Okay, so now I hope all of you are till here. If you want to change this, you just need to add it. Like I just want to add it in the bold letters. Give the color as green, orange, whatever color you want to give. So you just need to formatting also. So my scale in x-axis labels are not shown after dragging also. Why the labels is not showing? Just need to provide the shipping time, guys. Shipping time you need to put onto the label. Then after you need to format it, and it is by default. It is some. It is by default some method is there. You need to calculate the average time. So select as average. When you select as average, you are getting the same thing which I created here. I hope all of the you guys I'm getting this. How levels are bold. You just need to go onto the label, and in the font you just need to go and select the size, bold, italic or underline. You just need to color also. Based on that you can color also. Alignment, like as in the middle you want, in the right side or the left side. direction you can also provide vertically to do that. Yesterday I told you you just need to follow the same step. You just need to go onto the average shipping time and type as ceiling, so the value is converted into the ceiling. This is not very big task. Getting alternate average, I have like accessories. Not an yeah, alternate is there. Some of the time it's take 5 days. It is calculating the average. Sometimes it's take 4.9 days. Sometimes it's take 5 days. Like as if you are ordering from the Amazon. So some of the orders you got into 2 days, or some of the orders it will take around 6 to 7 days or around 10 days. So based on the delivery, based on the criteria, it is updated. So I hope we just need to move on to one more sheet, guys. One more problem statement. We will go on to move on to the one more statement, guys. Okay, guys. Akila, I think you just need to follow the same step. I already told you 2-3 times. I already told you guys 2-3 times for the average time delivery. We stop here. No, we just need to calculate one more problem statement. Then we will move on to this. So, like I just want to calculate the month-wise sales and the percentage. So, how can I do that? In that case, what we can do, just need to provide the order date from here and put it onto the column, and select it as month. Select it as month. So now the data is presented in January, February, month wise. Now I put the sales. I want to calculate the percentage sales and the percent different sales. How can I do that? I just put up the sales from the measure and drag it onto the rows. So now the sales is looks like this. Anita will create pie chart also. We require. So now the sales is looks like. Now what I need, I just want to create a dual axis. So based on that, how can we create? Just simply drag the sales again. And when I click onto this, I am getting the option called dual axis. But in the first one, I am not getting the dual axis. I already told you yesterday. So just simply create dual axis. Now the graph is in the dual axis, but as of now we are not able to understand. So like as here you are able to see the sum of the graph. Like I just want this graph as a bar chart. I select this as a bar chart and this is representing as the line chart. When I click onto dual axis, now the data is representing in the form of dual axis. But what I need is Control Z again. You have any doubt? Yeah, Tableau. Okay, the tab feedback link. Now here you are able to see, we just want to calculate the difference of sales. So just simply click onto this as a header, right click onto this, and you are able to see, the format. Not going onto the format. What you need, just need to simply right click, just go onto the drop down so you can easily find out this, and add a table calculation. When I click table calculation, I just want to calculate the percent difference. When I click percent difference form, so now the data is looks like in the percentage form. Now you can see the data is looks like in the percentage form. Now I just want to create it as a dual axis. Now the data is looks like this, but we just need to provide the labels. So how we can provide the labels? So suppose these are the sales. I just want to provide the sales into the color. And I provide the color is now changing. Now the color is changed. Now what I need, I just want to provide the filters here. Based on the filter, what I need, I just want to provide the filter. So like I provide the filter as order date. So based on the years, you click OK, select use all and click OK. So just show the filter in the right hand side. So the filter is looks like this. Now we are having the sales. So sales is represented the bar chart. So what I need to do, I just need to drag the sales into the labels. So now the labels are filled with sales. To bring line chart to front. YouTube link. Yeah, we will provide the YouTube link to you. You just need to go and check the recordings of the SmartBridge channel. Please explain the dual access console. Like as we want, yeah, I will show you an example again. So if you want to create a dual access chart, but we wanted that percent difference in sales. So that's why what we are doing here. We are doing here. Just simply click onto this. We are adding a table calculation. When I click the table calculation, I just want the percent difference form. So it is by default set as the difference form. Just select the percent difference form. Then after you need to, like as the graph is looks like, in your case the graph is looks like this. Okay, but what we are required here, I just want to make it as a dual axis. Dual axis, you can identify both the data and you just need to identify the trend. So just need to simply click onto this. You are able to see here the dual axis part. But in the first row, first one, you're not getting this option. Just simply click onto this drop down. Select as dual axis. Now the data is looks like this. Now the data is looks like this. So here we are getting some values which is greater than that. So the percent difference in sales axis at least one null value. So one null value is required into percent difference value. So just simply click onto one null and filter the data. So the data is looks from the Feb month. I just want to get the labels for this also. So but I just need to provide the label. The label is presented here, but we don't want the label as 2,05,000. We just want the percentage here. How can we do that? In that case, we just need to go into the labels and select as a format and go on to the numbers and select as percentage. Or do one thing, just simply go here, measure and select yeah, put table action percent of total. Now it is working. I just repeat the same step again. Like when I put up the sales into the label, now the label is looks like this. I just want to convert it into the percentage. So when I click onto this, I just need to go into the quick table calculation and select percentage of total. When I click onto this, just need go on to the label, select quick table calculation as percentage of total. So now the data is changed into the percentage. If I want to change the color for this, just simply go on to color palette and select as a red blue diverging and select OK. So Now the color is changed for the graph. So this is basically nothing but we are calculating here the percent sales and percent difference. Percent sales and percent difference. Not getting filter year order date. And not getting filter year order date. So you just need to drag the order date into the filter and just need to click onto the drop down and select a show filter. In the right hand side you are able to see the filter. So like as if I just click onto and want to see the data for 2018. So the 2018 data is represented in this form. So month of order date is Feb. Difference in sales is around 54% difference. And the total sales along 2.54 and the sales is around 11,000. So I hope you all are till here. We created a sales and profit on map. Can you give an idea about how challenges in the website is already mentioned, So basically sales and profit on map is presented. We created. Then after we are created top 5 product based on the sales. Then we created sales and profit based on the state. Yeah, we will go on to create the dashboard now. So before dive on to this, I just show you. We created one worksheet which is called sales for profit on map. Then top 5 products based on the sales. Then after sales and profit by state. Then we created average time delivery and we are created percent sales and percent difference where we are created a dual axis and calculated. So these are the 5 worksheets. Now we want to merge all these worksheets and to create a dashboard. How can we do that? Just need to, when we click onto this, so it is creating sheet. Now we want to create a dashboard. Once I click onto the dashboard, so now the dashboard is looks like this. One more thing I just want to change, like if I change the data of first worksheet based on the year on that, like if we want to take to the filter out the data, so like as we are taking filter as order date into the sales and profit on that, or other places we are using the or year order date as a filter. So I just want to make change at once and we will want to reflect, it will reflect onto all the sheets. So how can I do that? I just need to simply click onto the drop down, go on to apply worksheet. You're using this data set source. When I click allow using this data source, if I am selecting only the data for 2018, so wherever I am using like 2019, so wherever I am using the order date into the filter, I am getting the data reflected. For 2019 we are selected sales and profit by state here. Just need to show the filter so you can easily understand. Yeah, 2019 by automatically it is able to understand for which year we are showing the filter here also 2019. Here also you are able to see 2019. Now we will be move on to create the Tableau dashboard. How we can do that? Just give me a second. So guys, can we move on to create a dashboard? So just simply click onto the dashboard, and in the dashboard you are able to see the size. So we stop the session. No, once we create the dashboard, then we will wind up the session. So just take only 10 to 15 minutes for completing the session. So we need to create a dashboard. So in that place, you are able to see the dashboard is looks like there is a default mode or the font mode. So basically we are having the size by default. The size is selected as 1000 and the height is 800 pixels. you want to increase the width, so here you are able to see the width is increased. If you want to increase the size, so like the size is this much, and if I want to increase the size as 1000, so the size is now increases. This is basically the dashboard. Now in the dashboard there is having a seat, so which seat which we are created earlier, now it is represented in the seats column. So here you are able to see these are the 5 seats which we are created, which we already created. Suppose I just want to create a dashboard. How can I do that? If I drag the sales and profit here, it is taking all the area which we are having, but I don't want this like this. So just need to, I want to drag anywhere into the dashboard. How can I do that? In that case, you are able to see there is one more drop down. Once I click onto this and select as floating, once I floating, I am able to drag anywhere into the dashboard. So there is one more shortcut for this. We are using the shortcut like this, control Z, control Z. There is an option called floating. Whenever you are dragging something into the dashboard, it is into the format, and it is into the form of floating. So I just want to drag it here. I just want to drag the profit here, and I just want to drag the year of it. Now I just need to select all the data. And if you want to increase or decrease the size, you can easily do that. If you want this as a single value drop down, so if you select so single value drop down, you can find out. But we want a multi-value drop down, so just simply click onto this. I can select either all the data or even the single data. So we just need to follow, or you just need to get the data for like 2017, 18, 19, and 20. So based on that, you can just need to decrease the size for this. Like if I want to change it, so I just need to go and create as a drop down. So whenever I select something, so I can easily identify the data. So it's select as a drop down. Now I want to increase the size, so get the better insight of the data. So basically I increase the size as this much. So easily able to see once you hover onto the data, you are able to understand the data which we are created into that particular sheet. Just want to place it into the right way. Profit is showing 18,000. Already the chat is open, so guys, please put your queries onto the chat box. Those who have doubts, so you just need to put up your queries onto the chat box. So basically, we are dragging the sales and profit here. Now, what we are required, we have more seats here. So I just want to drag this. So before that, I just want to hover. When I hover onto this, and just want to drag it. So these are the top 5 categories. So I just want to increase the size for this. How to change the size of the seat? Just need to go on to the size and increase the width, or increase the height, or decrease the height, or decrease the width. You just need to, in your case, the option is selected as style. Just simply click onto the floating. This is the best way to work onto, like if you want to drag anywhere, or if you want to choose the option from the seat, so you just need to simply click onto this drop down and select as floating. Now what I just need to simply drag this here to the top and just increase the size to get better insight of the data, and I also want to increase it. So now you are able to see the sales and profit on map top 5 product based on the sales. So access level are good thing in dashboard. Access level, I didn't understand, Ganesh, what you want to say. If you want to change this, so you can customize it, not an issue, guy. Yeah, product name. So product name is also there. If you want to change it something onto this, so you just need to go onto the dashboard, go onto your sheet, so you can easily change that. So I just want to drag one more sheet which is called sales and profit. I just simply drag the sales and profit here, and in the sales and profit I just need to increase the size to get a better insight of the data, and also increase the size as this much. So now we are able to see the sales for furniture, of supplies, technologies. When you hover, all the data are presented properly. We are having the average time is also there. So before that, I just need to put up the percentage sales. When I put this, I just need to increase the size for this. So if you want to increase the size, so you just simply drag it. I didn't get here automatically. So got sales and profit. I didn't get here automatically, sir. Got. Yes, you will got. You just need to change and apply onto the worksheet. Because of that, in that worksheet, if you are showing the filter, so the same filter will come onto your dashboard as well. So this is basically okay. I just want to decrease the size as this much and decrease the size for this also. Just need to decrease the size. So now the percentage of sales and percent difference is also there. One more sheet we are having, so just drag this onto here, and I just want to increase the size. I just want to increase the size, or decrease the size for that, so I am easily able to create a graph. So just decrease the size for that also. I am having the sales for this also. So if the something is not present in the data at one place, so what you can do, you just need to create one more dashboard so you can easily understand that thing. So I just want to press the control Z, and again press the control Z. So in this dashboard, which is basically the dashboard one, dashboard like seat size can be, yes, you can standardize if you want. So like if you are make some changes into your seat, so change is reflected into your dashboard as well. I just want to see this at the mid and increase the size, like as if I change this 2018. Now the data is changed for all the seat for 2018. Like if I am selecting as all, so it is basically showing that all these values are presented. Like as if I am showing into the presentation mode, so you can easily understand that. Guys, are you able to see the dashboard in the presentation mode? I hope it looks very beautiful. So you can also customize based on your preference, and you can easily customize it. Like as based on your graphs, which you created in the worksheet, same it is reflected in the dashboard. So once you change onto your worksheets, the change is reflected in your dashboard as well. So if I am selecting and select as 2019, so the data is changed because we are selected year into applied on all the works. So here you are able to see we are having sales and profit by state and percentage sales and percentage difference is also there. It's looking awesome. Thank you. Like if you want to see your seat as well, so you just need to select as percentage sales and percentage difference. If I am selecting average time and delivery, so it is also presented there. So they, when you are hovering onto this, so easily the data is looks like into this form. Like sales and profit by state is also there. So when I click onto sales by profit, the data is looks like this. Because we are already selected as 2019 there, that's why it is reflecting me as 2019. When I hover onto this, I'm able to easily able to identify the data. I have top 5 product sales. When I click under all, so here you are able to see you can change according to your needs. So like as this is for the sales, all the reasons, and because we are selecting the range as 16,000, more than 16,000, that's why the data is reflected here for 18,000. So the dashboard is now looks like into this format. Here I think all of you guys completed till here. Sir, is there any feedback link to fill in YouTube? It's not visible. How to come back from presentation mode? Just press the ESC button. Just press this F7 key, so you are at the same step, same page. Can you explain the year changing option? Okay, yeah, sure. When I go on to sales profit, and I know like I am having a order date into the filter, and onto different sheet also there is order date I am using. I just need to go onto the drop down and click apply to worksheet. So here you are able to see you want to if you want to select if you want to perform the same operation onto the selected worksheet, so you can do that. Only this worksheet is by default. If you want to see the changes when you change the year from the top menu bar in the dashboard, so it is reflecting with into that all using this data source, so you can do that. Or related data source, like as there are two different data sources are there, like a superstore, and you also have one more different data set. So based on that you can do this. So this is the best practice for taking 1 year data or one filter if it is working for all of them. So you can easily create the dashboard, and if you want to give the name, how to go into the presentation mode, here you are able to see the option, which is there is an icon which is representing the television type representation for this. So you can easily press the F function key and F7, so presentation mode is on. Applied filter, what the solution? I'm not getting the right side. You just need to click onto the drop down and select as so filter, so you will get the filter into the right side. In sales and profit on map, how we got with value. Okay, I will show you. So you just need to go on to the sum profit, select the drop down, go on to the format. Once you go on to the format, you are into the axis. Just go on to the pane. Into the pane there is a default. Select the number, select the currency. So currency as custom, remove the decimal. If you want the decimal, in some cases the decimal is required, so you just need to select as decimal, or select the negative values, like as because we are selecting the range here more than 15,000, we don't require the negative value. But in our data set, We are having some negative value, so you just need to select as negative one also. You will get the dollar sign. So these are the basically different charts. So you just need to give the name of the chart as well. We are creating the data dashboard like sales superstore dashboard. Now the dashboard name is sales superstore dashboard. So phone, like if you are selecting as phone, so it says it is basically looks like this, but the graph is not presenting properly. So just need to use the default one. So please share the worksheet. Yes, I will share it, the worksheet. Okay. First of all, I just need to save. So I want that guys, please save the worksheet, save the workbook. So just save the workbook as Superstore Dashboard, whatever name you want to give. So easily identify with that Superstore Dashboard. Now the name of my workbook is Superstore Dashboard. So like someone asked me how to export. So I just show you one example how to export. I just show you how to export the data. So you just need to simply go into file. There is an option called print to PDF. When I select print to PDF, it asks me I just want this entire workbook or the active sheet. So I just want the entire workbook as a letter in the landscape format or in the portrait format. View PDF. When I click OK, it asks me to save the PDF in which location you want to save. So like I just want to save into the location as my system. Just simply go in the H location and superstore dashboard.pdf. Once I click save, so I just share my screen to you guys so you can easily identify. So when I go on to the H, okay, it is taking some time to execute the query. Once the query is updated, then only we are getting the PDF is generated for us. I think the PDF is generated now. So I will go and check. Yes, the PDF is generated in my system. I will show you. I just click the open the PDF. Just give me a second, guys. I just open the PDF which we are created with the help of once we are exporting the data with the PDF. Just give me a second, guys. I hope all of you are at the same step and all of you had done the same thing. I just open and show you how to like if you export some file and open that file. I will share my screen. Uh, the Google one. Now you can see that when I export, now my data is now the PDF is generated. Hope you guys able to understand. We are created the same one and the now the graph is created. This is our dashboard. So when you are going somewhere and when you want to give the dashboard to someone to understand, So you can easily export it in the PDF format. So I think all of you guys understand. So shall we will going on to wind up the session. So I hope all of you understand today all these steps which we created. We worked on map filters, and also we worked on the sample project. Also we talk about maps and filters, and also we are having some data. I hope you all understand. Yes, I will share you the workbook. Thank you guys, thank you. I hope all of you understand today's. Yeah, YouTube link is will also provide in the Telegram group, and you can also visit the SmartBridge channel, so you can got the today's session recording. I hope all of you created the dashboard and understand today's session properly. I will provide the workbook into the Telegram channel. Yes, yes, the session is done now, guys. Yes, day 2 and day 3 record. Day 2 recording is already present in the YouTube channel, guys. So you can easily got the detail like feedback link is already there. We will also provide you again the feedback link if you require. I provide the feedback link again. So yeah, guys, you can fill up that form. Yes, I will share the workbook as well. Yes, day 3 feedback. Sorry, day 2 I write there. Thank you, Pravita. Thank you, guys. Thank you for providing the amazing feedback. That's great, guys. That's great. Just want that all of you understand, and please repeat all these things and watch the video wherever you get stuck. And please try to create more presentation, more graphs with that, and analyze the data. Thank you, Madhvi. Thank you, Preeti. Thank you, Vanuka. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So yes, you can you can also export in the PPT format. Yes, you can leave the session now. Those who have don't have any doubt, so they can leave the session. Not an issue. Yes, you can export in the PDF format. You can export in the PowerPoint format. There are various formats you can export. Thank you, guys. So I just bind up the session. Hope you all understand, and all the best for the next sessions. Thank you, guys. Just bind up the session. Thank you, guys. Thank you.